Hello, now I'd like to introduce you our Olifu Quatrata. The Olifu Quatrata is not only a game, it's a concept. With this item, Quatrata, as you can see it here, it's made out of wood, solid wood, and we have different shapes and different numbers. The first thing what you can train here with a child is to get used to mathematics, counting and learning the numbers. Also, the possibility is to train children creativity. That means in the free game zone or free game area. The idea here is you just put the stones into a corner and you will see what the children create with the stones. For example, boys start to create a tower. They go in the height. They just to try to build a big tower. And then you see the girls they try to make some patterns like mandalas or else. You can see here the whole range of Quatrata. That means you have different variations, as you know, through our games. The first variation I want to show you is that the children get used to counting. At first, we start to count all the stones which have the value 1. For us adults, it's very easy to see that the black stone is 1. So I put all the black stones beside. As you can see here, black is number 1, one shape, one color. Then the next variation is we find out which stone is number 2. And we can see easily it's rosa. Are we sure? If not, you can find out 2 times black is the rosa one. Okay. The rosa we sort out to the side. The next variation is which stones are 3. For us, it's easy to see the quay stone is 3. How you can get a 3? 3 times 1 is 3. Or 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's also nice for the little children to learn what is 3 and how I can do a 3. So as you can see here, we have stone number 1, black, one shape. Stone number 2, rosa, one shape, one color, and gray with 3, one shape, one color. Can we see any else? What would be number 3? It's easy for us to see the gray, brown ones are 3. The rest I put beside, and now we can start the first game. That means this is really for the smallest, saying okay, counting from 1 to 3, up to 3. Then we have different dices coming with the game. We have in total 4 times the dice 1, 2, 3. That means 3 is the highest number here. And it's for children, they can start to roll the dice. I roll a 3, I take a stone of 3, and there are different variations how you can play this game now. The first one is I put it in front of me and we are creating a tower. That means who has the highest tower is the winner. And the next variation, what I prefer, what is very funny is for the children, is I put it in the middle. The next child is on the turn. We roll a 1 and need to put it on top. And so we can go round and round, round and round. And so you create in a community a big tower. And you can also for sure make different variations saying the loser is where the tower falls down. This would be a variation, what you can do only with the stones 1, 2, 3. The next very nice variation is I use our boards. As you can see the boards, you have the numbers here from 1 to 13 and on the opposite direction. That means you can play this sitting in the opposite way. We have some blocks where you can sort out the field. At first, coming back to the colors, you can see, if you don't remember what number it is, you put it here and you can read easily, it's 2. Okay? And then you can make also 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So it's easy for the children learning to count. This would be one variation how you can use it for the mathematics for the children. The next variation I want to show you is we have this, I call it dividers or black stones. You put them here into the 3. This is my game field, and I would play against another person. This is his game field. And now we're rolling the dice. I roll a 2. I can take the 2 and put it into here. The winner is who finished at first to fill up his area in front of him. The good thing is here, you can also play this game with different child ages and child groups, because, for example, if one child is more older and has more ability, more developed, we can also increase his area. That means a really young child is playing against an older child, and so we have the same game, different difficulties. What is very nice for children to play, with different age groups. The good thing is also here that we have this board 2 times coming with the game. That means all these variations I've shown you, you can play with 4 children. This is only one idea how you can use it. Just coming back to the stones. I started now with the 1, 2, 3 stones with a very simple version. And as you can see, we have also bigger stones. The maximum on numbers we have here as a stone is a 5. Means you can see this would be a 5, this would be a 5, this would be a 5. So now we can make the same game variations. What I mentioned now with 1, 2, 3, we just give every child, for example, 1 board, and we're rolling the dice 1, 2, 6. As I mentioned, 6 is not here. That means 5 is the highest number. If you roll a 6, you have another turn. That means it's like a joker. Then you can play the full board. It depends also on the ability of a child and how long the game should be. Or you divide in the middle, and then we can play the same direction as we made before, and just having fun. Right. Nice variation is also for children to train them the weak and the strong hand. Is you put them all in the middle, and the child, every child gets one of the boards. And then, for example, I'm a right-handed person. I use my weak hand and the right hand I put on the back, and now we start. Every time I can only take 1 stone, and who finished at first to fill up his board is the winner. That means it's also like a competition game. It's very fun, and also in this case you train the weak hand of the children, and through training the weak hand you train also both brain sides. Alright, I'll just make an example. Ready, set, go. And I would just try to fix it as quick as possible. Ready. So I filled up the board with my weak hand, and it was like somebody else playing against me. It's like a competition game. This would be one variation. Then the next step I want to show you, you can play also this creating of tower with all the stones. That means I use mostly the board from the back side, that we have a flat surface, and I roll the dice. For example, a 6 means I need another time 5, and I can decide which 5 I take. And if I'm not sure, I always can count by myself. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1. Okay, this stone is a 5. So I put this stone in the middle, and another child is on the turn. And I roll another 5. Okay, I take another 5. This would be a 5, and I put it on top. And so we create a tower, and then we can also play where the tower falls down is the loser, or has something to do. It's always up to what you're talking before you start the game. It's very flexible, this game, and the good thing is you can use it in many different ways. Learning colors, learning mathematics, creativity, hand-eye coordination, because when you try to build up a tower, the child also have to take care about the hand-eye coordination and the balancing. So it's different ways how you can develop the child, and it's different ways how you can play with the game. Yeah, last but not least, we have also one variation coming with this game. It's with cards. As you can see, the cards, they are numerized with A1 going up to A20. A1 means it's the easiest version, and A20 it's getting more difficult. This is very nice for children, also for younger children, because they see that and they have to remember and to find it. For example, I need the green one, I need the rosa and the rosa. And this is also very simple for youngest children to create something while seeing it. Okay, so for example, I can check myself, am I wrong or right? This would be like a version that the little children would do. And then we have also for children who are more developed or more older and have more ability already, they go up in the height. This would be a variation how you can play with the cards. And then for sure, as I mentioned, it's going more and more difficult, as you can see here. And then it is also very nice to train children's memory. For example, I show this card 3 seconds to a child, put it away, and the child has to remember which stones I need and how to build. So after I finished to build, then I say, okay, I'm ready or I'm done, I can check, oh, it was right. So you train the children not only finding something, seeing something, but also to memorize and to remember what parts I need and where can I find them. Also, it is very nice for this game to play in a group game. That means here we go especially to the social aspects. That means I'm playing in a group, everybody gets some cards, and I cannot open my cards in front of me. That means if this would be my card, I show it in front of me and I ask questions to my colleagues and they should help me to solve, to get this building or this part done. That means here we have the social aspects leading and following. That means the children communicate to each other, they learn from each other, and very important is they talk loud, open and clearly to each other. This would be something for the cards, and as you can see here we have different difficulties of cards. We have B1 to B20. It is getting more and more difficult. That means here also we increase the difficulty according to the ability of the children. That means the children, they can be in a development process by themselves. That means they start very simple and they can go step by step more difficult as they want and as they are already developed. And then last but not least, we have here C. That means here you can see you need a lot of stones, and also here you have to think in advance which stone I need to put at first and which one I need to have to keep the balancing. That means also here it's very good to train the children in cognition. That means I need to think about before I do something. That means here we also have a good development process for children. If I do this thing, what will happen or what will occur later on? So they have to think before they do something. This is also very nice and important for children, how they can be developed and how they can be more clever, more brain development, and also, yeah, for sure hand-eye coordination, creativity, and yeah, being more clever.